Hey y'all, Wagwan, and welcome to another video where I do press-ons. And these aren't your ordinary press-ons. Lately, I've been getting a lot of questions about how I run my press-on nail business, and I can tell you right now that a main and big one for me is just always having a list of questions that people normally ask you and always having the answer readily at hand. And also, just being able to ask the right questions to customers, like new customers that are trying to feel out the press on nail situation, like just trying to figure out if press on nails are right for them and their lifestyle. For instance, I always ask my new nail customers their nail sizes, and I always have a video or I have a nail sizing chart already ready for them in case they've never done it before, because a lot of people may want to have press-ons or they may want to try out press-ons, but they don't know how to go about it initially. So just having those type of things ready for them makes their life 1,000 times easier, and it makes you more likely to sell some press-ons. So if you've been following me for a while now, or if you're just tuning in, then this is what I'm doing right now. I am literally just shaping the nails. So full coverage nails, cut down to the size you want or the length that you want. And I am literally just shaping them up so that when I put the polygel on, I don't really have to do too much else other than just reshaping it, basically. So, tell me, where are you watching from today? Comment down below where you're watching from so I can see exactly who and where are you from that's watching these videos. I'm really interested to know. And all of the products that I use, I usually just grab them from Amazon. And if you want to know specifically where or what brand or anything like that, just comment down below and I'll give you the answer. I'm not going to hold back. I have no secrets, okay? You are my nail family and I have no secrets with you. So just comment down below and I will let you know. But I will say this, I always use square full coverage nail tips. So I always use square full coverage nail tips and then I shape them however my client or customer wants it done. So if you want almond, I'm gonna shape it like that. If you want the square, that's great. I haven't had any customers ask me for duck nails, but honestly, I don't think I've ever done true duck nails. I don't think I've ever done that. Like maybe a little bit flared out, but it hasn't been like a true duck nail. So I don't know. Hey, more power to you if you have done duck nails. I have seen them done a few different ways, but anyway, I digress. Right now, I'm going to just size and make sure that both hands are the same size. Whenever I do my videos, I usually just do one hand, and these ones I actually had planned on putting on, but then later I actually got an order for this set, or had a client that wanted to go ahead and purchase these, so I didn't put them on. But yeah, I normally do just one hand, so it's a little bit different today. So this is what I do when I'm actually making my orders. I always make sure that both hands are the same size. Now, you just gotta buff the girls, and when you get done buffing the girls, then you have to put a base coat on. And when you put the base coat on, Then, okay, let me stop. I just got on a whole little tangent just then, but it's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these under the UV light for about 60 seconds. You don't have to do it for too long. It's gonna have a tacky or sticky layer, and then you go ahead and put the polygel on. This is the type I use. I use Rosalind. This is my favorite color so far. Even though I've had a few requests for like a more pinkish color, this one is definitely a nude color, and I love the nude colors. Okay, let me stop. I don't even know why I accentuated nude, but yeah, this is my application process, and so I put a lot more than is necessary sometimes, because it's better to put too much than to put too little when you're doing it like this. Maybe, I don't know. I have never, literally never ever done a dual form, like the forms that you use for polygel. I've never done that. I don't even know if it's possible to do that on press-ons. I think it's just for your actual nail beds that you can just put the dual nail forms on and work like that. But yeah, anyway, I digress. So I usually just put a big strip down the middle, and then I just work it down on the sides, and make sure you get out any bubbles or anything like that, because when you put it under the UV light, then it's gonna create it's like gonna blow up like a combustion or something, and it's going to have a dip, and it's so annoying. So please, if you notice any kind of bubbles under the polygel, make sure you get it out. I'm going to use a super duper chocolatey brown on these sets. I kind of want to go for a brown, Hello Kitty, and pink, and I kind of know what I want to do in my head, and I did do a slight little sketch beforehand, which I recommend everyone do. Just sketch it up real quick and add some colors, whether that's on your tablet or your sketchbook, and you just got some color pencils or something like that, which is how I do it. I always use my color pencils versus the versus the iPad or tablet type situation, which is actually easier to use the tablet. I don't know. I just like to do the old school way, I guess. And so I sketched up a little bit, and I wanted it to be Hello Kitty, and I knew I wanted it to be brown, and I knew I wanted to have pink in there. So yeah, that's where I'm going with this. I'm going to do a natural French on this pinky nail and move on to do about 2 coats on each set for this brown. This brown is a little bit transparent, and you don't want it to be transparent, and you also want to go on the bottom of the nail just to give it that finished look that you really want. I also don't really worry about getting it to perfection for my first coat, and then I really tailor it and make sure that all the lines are good when I do my second coat. So I'm going to also do this for my thumbnail, and honestly, I'm thinking that based on my drawing, and sometimes it does change, okay? So don't get me wrong, but based on my drawing, I'm going to do all of the nails with a French except the pointer finger. So I'm going to do all of these nails except my pointer finger with this brown French. And I'm going to cure it for just about 60 seconds. We're not going to overdo it, okay? The highest setting on most UV lights is 90 seconds, which some of them do have 120 seconds, but yeah, I rarely even use 90 seconds. Like, most of the time, I just use 60 seconds, and it's good enough for me. Yeah, right now I'm gonna do the blooming part of the nails, where I'm just gonna put base coat. I literally just put base coat. I don't even get blooming gel because, it's great to have blooming gel. Don't even get me wrong. I've never used blooming gel. So, anyways, I know that's how I know that base coat is perfectly fine. And as you can see, it bloomed just great. And you can play around with it if it doesn't work as well as you want it to, but it works just fine for me. So for the pinky nail, I'm going to go ahead and put this cute shimmer on it. It's like a pinkish, goldish shimmer, and I really love it. So I decided to go ahead and do that for this nail, and I'm going to do that on both hands, of course, and I'm doing the same thing for both hands. I know that sometimes I might switch it up and each nail is different, but I'm not doing that this time. And look what we got so far. Yeah, and I wanted to go ahead and add some more pink to this blooming set or blooming nail that I have for the pointer finger. And so I'm going to add some pink on here too. I definitely feel that this is a very cute, beginner friendly type of set. This, you just have to remember that when you're adding the second layer of the blooming gel, which I don't know why I did this in two parts right here. You really could do all of it together. You know, you could do the brown and the pink at the same time, but I didn't do that because I didn't have my brush ready. And you don't want it to bloom out too much and then it just looks weird, okay? Because you don't want to be like super transparent and things like that. This one is great. I mean, it turned out great. So I didn't want to mess it up by waiting too long to put it under the UV light. So that's the reason why I didn't do it all at one time, but this works just as fine. Just remember that it's going to bloom out. So you don't need to add like a ton. And if you have to go back in again, which I'm doing right now, I am going back in with another little dab on each portion because it's just too transparent for me. And some polishes are like that, so you just kind of have to play it by ear sometimes. But yeah, I'm going to wait for it to just bloom out just to the perfect amount, and then I'm going to put under the UV light for another 60 seconds, which is perfectly fine. It's, you know, the thing about it is when you add the base coat, you don't want to put like a bunch of it. You don't need a ton. You don't need a ton. You just need a little bit, you know, a good amount that's not going to be dripping off the sides and making it all bulky on the sides, because it's going to bloom out. It's going to move around. So that's what I'm going to do also on this French. I'm going to also do a blooming effect with the pink, and I just felt like that was going to be super cute. And another tip when doing this blooming effect with base coat is to keep on dipping your brush in the pigment. You know, when you don't put enough pigment on there, it just doesn't come out right. So you have to like constantly be dipping it in the polish and making sure you're kind of rejuvenating that portion of it so that you have enough pigment to have this very nice, very sleek, very clean blooming effect. Okay, so like I said, I don't know how people use the blooming gel or like what their process is when they're using the blooming gel, but since I always use the base coat, I kind of got it down. Like, I know exactly what to do for the base coat, not necessarily the blooming gel. And maybe in the blooming gel, you don't even have to apply these second dabs of pigment just to make sure that it's not too transparent. So I don't know. But you guys comment down below if you use base coat or if you use blooming gel. So yeah, this looks pretty good to me. I'm going to go ahead and put this under for that standard 60 seconds. And if you feel reluctant and you're just like, you just have a different type of UV light, you know, it just depends on what kind of wattage you have and what you're working with as far as how long you want to keep these under there. But if you don't feel secure that this is enough time, then please, by any means, adjust the time. And it's not going to hurt anything for you to go up to 90 seconds or 120 seconds if you have that setting on your UV light. So yeah, just play it by ear, fill it out and go with that, because everybody's process is going to be slightly different, because everybody does things a different way. No one does it exactly like you, and no one does it exactly like me, but I can give you pointers, and then you can play around with it from there and see what truly works for you. You individually. What works for me may not work for you, but I do believe that it will work if you follow these steps. But as far as the UV light settings, you may want to adjust the time slightly. If I say 60 seconds, maybe you want to go up to 90 seconds just to be on the safe side, because what you don't want is for the sides to start crinkling up. Oh my gosh, this happened to me a couple times, and I am so furious about it every single time, because I literally have to file that part down to get the wrinkles out. And I don't know why it just like folds up like that. It's like a little wrinkle on the side of the nail. And so it's just so weird and awkward, and it's no way to get around it other than to buff that part out, and then you may have to repaint the nail. So there's nothing wrong with going up if you're not feeling sure about the settings. If I say 60 seconds, just do 90. And this is where we're at now. Okay, we got it. I think we're about halfway done now. We're about halfway done. Maybe a little bit more than halfway, actually. So what I have here is I have the shimmery pinky, and I have all of the Frenches, and I'm going to put this Hello Kitty right on the ring finger. So I'm going to go ahead, like I said on my previous videos, I'm going to, if it's a bigger charm, I'm going to put the glue directly on the charm versus the nail. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to go ahead and just stick it on there and find the right placement for it. And then I like to push it down, like press it down slightly, so that the glue is like actually adhered to the maximum amount. Like, it has never done me wrong, okay? When I just push it down just slightly, not enough to move it, but just enough to get it in the right position. And honestly, I'm not sure if this is the best thing to do, is to put it directly under the UV light, but that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just deciding to go ahead and secure the Hello Kitty in place, and then I'm going to, while that's working, I'm going to pick out some other charms for this other nails. And I pretty much, I'm liking this cross, so I'm going to go ahead, stick with the cross. I'm going to place it where it's going to look best. I think I need to move this up a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still playing around with it, and you can, just that you don't want to spread the glue too much on the nail. So, and I decided also I'm going to go ahead and make this a junk nail right here. It's going to be like a junk French. So I'm going to do that first, and while I'm figuring out what all the charms that I want to use, I'm just going to precisely put this glue on where I know that I want the larger charms on here. And I'm gonna do some flowers and just trying to find the perfect place for it. But I want this contrast of big flowers, little flowers. I'm gonna do some pink flowers and some white flowers. And then I have these cute, very cute gold crystals. And they kind of like shimmer. And when they shimmer, they kind of have or reflect the pink. So I think that this is going to be a good little contrast. But y'all let me know if you have any other suggestions about how this set should go. But I'm liking it so far. I got the pink flowers, the white flowers, and I'm placing them where I want them. And then I'm just going to fill it in with the gold crystals.
Full speed, so for les barrières. Tommy, vive la ninja. You stop it, Gucci, stop it, Louis V. Tommy, fly you out the breeze. Full speed, so for les barrières. Speed post, baby, in Mickey Beach. Waves in my ass, smoking weed. Been through the sand in the deep. All because of what I did on beats, baby. Light sweet, baby. I ain't stop, baby. You just go get ready, we go out, baby. Long time looking for the process. Andre had to bounce it. Told me, leave all of your things, yeah. You stop it, Gucci, stop it, Louis V, yeah. Told me, fly you out the breeze. Full speed, so for les barrières. Tommy, vive all of your things, yeah. You stop it, Gucci, stop it, Louis V, yeah. Tommy, fly you out the breeze. Full speed, je suis ton génie. Rolls Royce, baby, and hitting deals. Bags full of $100 bills. Walking past your wife and she get chilled. All because of how I kept it real. Light sleep, baby, on the G-Way. I'll get you anything you need, baby. Work for everything you see, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, told me, leave all of your things, yeah. You stop it, Gucci, stop it, Louis V, yeah. Told me, fly you out the breeze. Full speed, so for les barrières. Tommy, vive all of your things, yeah. You stop it, Gucci, stop it, Louis V, yeah. Tommy, fly you out the breeze. Full speed, so for les barrières. Never falling, why you making problems? I've been silent, why you making problems? I'm a problem, being rich is not my fault. You decide who you think you should reside with. I've been quiet, hard to miss me when I'm flying. Going out to Keiko, she can stay in my room, she can stay in my room, and it ain't mine. I was tryna play it right. I was tryna treat you nice. Funny how the start. Sitting on the wrong side. We have a problem. You've got some vacation time. You and your girlfriend, too bad mind. Bad when you both combine. I don't know why you look so nice. Girl, you're not nice, you're rude. Want me to feel like I'm new. Want me to watch you do you. Don't get you look so nice, but you're not nice, you're rude. Look what you're putting me through. I never do this to you. I need to hold a corner. And it's so wide. One time. I need to hold a corner. And it's so wide. One time. I need you. I need you. I need you.
I need you. I need you. I need you. I need you. I need you. Right now we're just taking time. All the things are on your mind. They want bad when I treat you right. I don't care how you look so nice. Crying at night, so want me to feel like I'm new.
Okay, the girl is done. My Hello Kitty nail is done, okay? And I'm happy with it. So now I'm going to add a little bit more to this pinky nail, and I'm also going to add the other charms to the other nails. Pretty much every nail is going to have charms or crystals. So it's going to be kind of a blinged out set today. And I am putting a white flower right here. I'm not sure if this is going to work out for this pinky because the pinky, you know, that's the smallest finger. So I don't know if this flower is maybe a little bit too big. But let's try it and see how it comes out. But yeah, I'm feeling like it's going to be too big. What y'all think? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely too big. I'm going to go ahead and take it off, and I am going to put a smaller one. So, yeah. But super easy fix. I'm just going to put a small one right here instead of that large one, and I have enough glue on here to go ahead and adhere it without putting any more glue on it. So, yeah. And I'm also going to put I'm going to put a pink flower up at the top and make it super cute design. I'm gonna have the pink one right here, but it's gonna be like the same type of design with the crystals on the side. Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking where this is going. All right, and then I'm gonna cure this for another 60 seconds, and then yeah, this nail is gonna be pretty much done, ready for a top coat. And I'm gonna move on to the next one while this one is curing. And the next one is actually going to be this middle finger. So the middle finger right here is going to have this star design right here, the star charm. And I'm going to put that there. I don't know if it's really called the star charm, but I'm going to go with that because I like it. And so I'm going to put the star charm right here. And I am going to just have like some crystals just kind of like floating up from here. And maybe about 2 or 3 of them I'm going to put over here. And it's going to be like some, not the smallest crystals, but the next 2 smallest crystal going up in size. And so I'm going to put that here, and yeah, I'm deciding on 3. So I'm going to do 3 right here. They're just going to be like, oh, the star just floated down or something, or the star is floating up, or I don't know. I'm trying to get artistic with this. Okay, because what are we? We're artists. Okay, so quit playing. All right, and then I'm gonna do this pointer finger with just a bunch of crystals on one side. I think that'll be super cute on this blooming set, this blooming nail. I keep saying set, but it's not a blooming set. Well, it's kind of a blooming set now, because I got blooming on the thumb, I got blooming on the pointer, I got blooming on the middle finger. Yeah, it's more than half. So, yeah, anyway. I'm going to do different sizes on here. I want to do like the 3 smallest ones, and I'm just going to stick to like 3 sizes. So the 3 smallest ones ranging from this size to the tiny ones, and I'm just going to have them just going down the nail. the thumb, I'm still gonna do flowers because I'm a flower girl, okay? So I'm gonna do I was thinking about doing pink, but I think the pink not gonna work. So too much pink. So I'm gonna do white. I'm gonna do a white flower right here, and I'm just gonna do some crystals up at the top, like a little cute little glistening. And I'm actually going to go ahead. I usually don't do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the bead in the middle. I usually don't do this, but I feel like I need to do this for this nail because I'm just planning on doing one flower on this side. So I think that would be cute. Okay, what you think? This is before the top coat, and I think she's looking pretty good. When I'm doing the top coat, though, I'm not going to put it over the crystals, and I'm only going to put it over the flowers. And I am going to do the cross, too. And I'm going to do Hello Kitty, actually. I'm just going to do everything except the crystals. And this is how we're looking. Ooh. All right, y'all. All I ask is that you do like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel if you are enjoying these videos, just to help the algorithm push out my videos so that more people can learn how to do these different types of designs and just tap into their creativity. So here we go. And until next time.